Hello everybody, what is going on? It's Brian with you from the Game Common, and we are doing it. We are playing some Planet Coaster. Finally. I have been excited for this game ever since it was first announced. Oh man, I love roller coaster games, hence why I've been playing RollerCoaster Tycoon, and it's Party in the Park weekend, which means anyone who has access, or anyone who has pre-ordered the Thrill Seeker edition has access to the alpha for the weekend. And so I have been playing this game pretty much non-stop since it came out, and have been having a ton of fun with it. So we're going to be doing as much Planet Coaster content over the next couple days as we can, so anticipate that the channel is going to pretty much be exclusively Planet Coaster for the next few days. I apologize if you have other series, but I only have a short period of time to play this game, so we're going to be playing the crap out of it. That being said, this series is going to look a little different than my other series. We're actually going to be doing this, we're going to be editing the videos, we're going to be doing a time lapse, and we're going to be doing commentary over the top of it. I've never actually done it before, but we're going to try it. But basically, unless we do it, if we don't do it that way, then it's just going to move too slow. So I'm very excited about trying this out. I hope you guys enjoy the series. I've been working on the park for a couple days, and I'm kind of excited with where it's going, and I hope you guys are going to be excited for it as well. So with that being said, I guess I'm going to hand it over to my past self, who actually, worked on this park, but he's in the future, so I guess we'll call him Future Past Brian or something. So that's all I got. So Future Past Brian, take it over. Thanks, past future Brian. Yeah, that was cheesy. Sorry about that. But anyways, the park I decided to work on was actually inspired by my RollerCoaster Tycoon 2 campaign. Man, for whatever reason, that's a bit of a tongue twister. But in that campaign, I was building a pier into the ocean, and it reminded me a lot of Santa Monica Pier, so I decided, you know what? Let's actually remake Santa Monica Pier. It turned out probably to be a bad idea for my first campaign, because it is quite difficult. As you'll see in future episodes, there's a lot of things that are just not easy for us to do, because there's really no easy way to make a pier. But here you'll notice I'm just painting everything sandy color. The problem is the background's, A, not going to have water, and B, is not going to necessarily be sandy color, because I don't really want to spend all the time painting all the background. So for that, you guys are just going to have to kind of, pretend that it's there. We did go underwater a little bit. We painted down there just in case. I don't know, in case we have a ride that goes underwater. I don't think anything can even go underwater, but whatever. So we got our nice little beach there, and then we decided to start with the roller coaster. I ended up starting this pier, or basically trying to build this pier in my test game, just to learn the controls and everything and see if it was even possible. And one thing I noticed is in that game I actually built the pier first and then decided to build the coaster around it, and that was a really terrible idea. So that's why this time I decided to actually start with the coaster, and it'll all make sense here in just a second. Next, we're going to go ahead and plop down the Ferris wheel that's on there too. I zoom in here real quick and actually make sure we're on the same height and everything, because once again we want everything to be the same height. But the reason I'm plopping down the Ferris wheel right here is because the roller coaster goes around it, and so for me to go around it I kind of need to know where it goes. The other thing with this Ferris wheel is it's a little bit bigger than the one that's in Santa Monica Pier, so we kind of have to tweak the roller coaster because of it. This is probably my favorite thing about roller coaster, or Planet Coaster versus RollerCoaster Tycoon, is just the little bit of tweaks I can do to actually adjust the heights and everything. It feels so good. I love it. I'm still working on the banking and everything, and it's still not the most smooth ride, but yeah, we're getting there. I'm getting better with it. It's better than my first coaster, which was like you were flying sideways half of it because I left it banged. And if you follow my Twitter, I posted the stats on it. It had like a 14 nausea and a 14 like G's and intensity rating. It was pretty crazy. This isn't the most exciting of coasters. I'll be honest. I'm pretty sure I've only been to Santa Monica once, and I remember the coaster not being really fast either. So this isn't a super intense, super high-end coaster. I think overall what we're gonna try doing. Oh, here I'm actually trying to test the coaster and couldn't figure out what the heck was going on, and it wasn't until later I realized, oh, I have the game paused. Whoops. But anyways, I think we're gonna start trying to duplicate Santa Monica as best we can, and then from there I think we're gonna start doing some real fun things. Like we're gonna kind of make it like maybe 10 years in the future, and we'll throw like more intense roller coasters around it. It'd be really, really cool. What I really want to do eventually, and I don't know if we could even do it, we probably need to wait for some more scenery and stuff, but It'd be cool to actually build Santa Monica and then like have like the whole battle for LA where like the aliens are invading and kind of have that going as well, where there's like aliens attacking and you see like fighting in the streets and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure we can't do that right now, but that would be really, really freaking cool to do. So here we're just kind of finalizing the coaster. I wanted just to kind of, I could hit the autocomplete button, which is right there, which I ended up doing, but I kind of wanted to bank it first. And here we go, and I'm just testing it to make sure it goes over the hills. We will be doing another one later that's going to be less sped up for you guys to watch. That's my one kind of pledge for you guys in this, is I'm going to ride everything I place down, simply because I love freaking riding the coasters. When I freaking first opened the game, I literally just started plopping down a bunch of rides and started riding them in first person because it's so much fun. I'm coloring it the best I can. Unfortunately, the roller coaster itself is quite a bit different than the one in Santa Monica. There's like no like plain old coaster. So I hadn't in this episode, and it's probably, I hadn't actually even started building in the decorations yet. At some point, we will start decorating these coasters and stuff like that, but I'm not too worried about that quite now. Pretty much the next thing we end up working on after these rides is we start plopping down the pier, which may or may not be a good idea. You'll see in the next episode, I actually build my first building, and I have a lot of issues, because the problem is, I can't do pathways for the pier. In RollerCoaster Tycoon, you know, I made my pier basically just expanding the pathways, but the pathway system in this game doesn't work that way. When, you know, your pathway is right next to each other, even if they're like parallel with each other, they still have the whole barricades up and stuff like that, and it just wouldn't look particularly good. So most of my pathway is actually it's going to be unwalkable, essentially, the pier rather, which, you know, it'll look cool, but it won't be exact, and so we will have some pathways going through, and it's going to be basically a hybrid. But the problem is, with how I'm going to build the pier, is it makes it really difficult to build buildings and other objects on top of it, so we have some issues with that in the future. So here we're actually now going out, and this is going to be actually our main pathway on the pier, and if you look at pictures of the pier, it has like the main driveway that goes through. Here I'm kind of taking over our current pathway just to make sure we're at the same height, basically because I didn't want anything to be a little bit higher. The only issue with this, in my test game I did it a little bit better, but I don't know if I'm going to have enough room to actually have the edge of the pier. I kind of built this roller coaster a little bit too far in. I tried moving it and stuff, but that got too difficult and I would have had to rebuild all my paths, so we'll make it work. Like I said, it's not going to be exact. We don't have a lot of what we need to actually make it exact. One thing I noticed, and right there I'm trying to plop down the ticket booth for the queue, man, you have to connect the queue and the exit like at the same time, or else it just becomes almost impossible. There I got the pirate ship at the same height and then plopped it down. In one of my pictures, the pirate ship doesn't even exist. This was kind of like I guess it's a more recent addition. There seems to be a couple more rides in there. Like I see bumper cars and stuff like that. Like I said, I've only been there once and it was a long time ago. So like I said, it's not going to be identical. We're going to make it, you know, kind of our design of it. I kind of like how I do the queues here, though. This is rather interesting. I'm trying to think if there's much of a line, but you'll see there I accidentally plopped down the ticket booth, and then it's like, yeah, no, I can't connect it, so I had to re-plop it down. Yeah, so here we go with the first-person view of the roller coaster. Like I said before, it's not really that intense. I don't remember it being that intense either, but someone, if anyone's actually ridden the roller coaster, let me know what you guys think, how close it is. It's got an okay excitement rating, but it never picks up that much speed. So that's pretty much all I got for the first episode. Since this is a brand new series, man, any support you guys can give me would be wonderful. Tell your friends about it. Anyone who's looking to watch Planet Coaster videos, man, I hope to be a bastion of Planet Coaster videos here, especially in November when the beta comes out. But until then, just hit a like on this video, comment if you guys have been playing the game yourself. Let me know if there's any tips that you guys have found, and then also hit that subscribe button, join the game comment, show your support, man, and I'll see you guys next episode. More episodes of Planet Coaster incoming, I promise. I'll see you guys then. Bye.